Okay, so the whole course will discuss the basic concepts of financial management, income statement analysis and interpretation. We're going to learn financial planning and tools, and then short-term and long-term funds, where we're going to learn the use of Excel in computing for the future and present values and loan amortization. And then we have investments and then personal finance. After each two modules, we'll have our quiz. And then at the end, guys, you'll have your finals will be two case presentations, one analysis of financial statements, and another one is a project study. Okay, so the breakdown of the grades are as follows. Okay, so for today, we're going to discuss Introduction to Financial Management. I guess we'll have up to next week for Module 1, because there are a lot of concepts here that we need to discuss. And then after next week, we will proceed to financial statements analysis and preparation. Okay, so what we're going to do in this class is we're going to have activities where the activities, many of them will be graded in the sense that I will I will cumulate the points that you'll get from any of those activities. And then at the end of the term, I'm going to convert it into a percentage and then convert that percentage into bonus points. The maximum bonus points that we will be giving is 5%, and that will be added to your final percentage grade. So for example, if your grade is 90%, and if you got a bonus for the activities of 5%, then your final grade will become 95%. So it will not be points, okay? It will be percentage already. So that's quite a big bonus. 5% bonus, the maximum, and of course the minimum is just one. Okay, so five increments of 1, 5%, 4%, and up to 1%. Okay, so for today we're going to have our first activity, and it will be more of an appreciation of the basic concepts of financial management. Not actually the basic concepts of financial management, but more of a review of what you have discussed so far, uh, as far as financial statements is concerned, and then some brief concepts about business finance or financial management. Okay, so I'm sure you're familiar with Kahoot. So we're going to have an activity in Kahoot. Okay, so we're going to play this. So I'd like you to prepare already your Kahoot.it. Okay. Okay, so let's do this, and let's load the game pin. When you write your name, guys, kindly write your family name and family name, first name. Okay, join together. Okay. Okay, a few more seconds before we start. So there should be 29. Okay, good. So I think we're complete. All right, guys. Most of the questions here are very easy questions. Some will be 20-second questions, or a few will be 30-second questions. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so for the first question, a company's balance sheet shows the value of assets, liabilities, and stockholders' equity. So the answer is at a specific point in time. Okay, so alam naman natin guys na kapag balance sheet, it's a snapshot of the financial position of a company. So makikita natin yung assets, liabilities, and equity on a specific date, no? December 31. Some would prepare their balance sheets on a monthly basis, most on a yearly basis. Tapos yung iba, naka-calendar year, no? At the end of the calendar year. Yung iba naman, on another date, so fiscal year yon. So, pero mali itong yung at the end of the calendar year or at the end of the fiscal year kasi hindi naman laging ganon. But the correct one is at a specific point in time, whatever that time is, no? Whatever that time is. So, mali yung fiscal year, hindi kasi laging fiscal year. Hindi rin laging calendar year. But always, guys, always specific point in time. Now, mali ito for any given period of time kasi ang balance sheet point in time, hindi period of time. On the other hand, yung income statement, statement of cash flows, yun ang period of time for any given period of time. All right, so 5 got it, guys. 5 got it. So let's see. So si Theo, si Roy, si Kyla, Phoebe, and sorry, ano yung N? Ano ba yung N? Sorry, nakalimutan ko. Nickname, no? Okay, anyway, so let's go to the next question, guys. Next question. The main objective of a business organization. Okay. So the main objective of a business organization, usually guys, kapag binibigay ko to, pag hindi pa na-discuss talaga yung objective ng any business organization, ito lagi yung unang sinasagot. No? Maximize profit. Okay? A maximization of profit is an important objective, but that should not be the main objective of a business organization. Neither is it to satisfy customers. Mamaya i-discuss natin in greater detail to. But the main objective of the main of a business organization should be to maximize the stock price or maximize shareholder value. Okay? So I hope that's clear. Explain na lang natin mamaya to, no? So 2 of you got it? So Theo's still number 1. Okay, so we have some movements now. So let's go to the next question. Next question. Which of the following statements is correct? Okay, so let's look at the other statements first. In most corporations, the CFO ranks above the CEO. That's not true. The CEO is higher than the CFO. The chairman of the board must also be the CEO, not necessarily. The chairman of the board could be the CEO, but it's also possible that the chairman of the board is not the CEO. Then the CFO generally reports to the chief accounting officer, or also called the controller. That's not true. And the third one, the board of directors is the highest ranking body in a corporation. So 17 of you got it. That's good. Let's go to the next question. So still, Theo is number 1 here. Tapos nagkakaroon ng changes dito. Okay. Kai is the highest climber with 3 places. That's good. So let's go to the next question. Question number 4. Money markets are markets for... Okay, the answer is short-term debt securities such as treasury bills and commercial paper. Okay, number 1, hindi siya foreign currency. Ang money market, guys, is a market where short-term securities, short-term instruments are traded. No? So, you know, guys, ang market, alam naman natin by definition, a market is a place, whether physical or virtual, where buyers and sellers meet. No? So, meron tayong mga buyers, may sellers tayo. Ang money market, ang binibenta dito, mga short-term instruments. Okay, ano yung commercial paper nga pala dito? Take a look at this. What's a commercial paper? Or what's a treasury bill? Pag sinabi natin treasury bill, guys, or commercial paper, mga umuutang yan. Utang yan, no? Tapos, depende kung sino umuutang. Pero ang pareho nila, ang similarity nila, these are short-term loans, no? Short-term borrowings. And it's evidenced by a security. Parang contract yan. No? So, pag sinabing treasury, commercial paper muna. Pag sinabing commercial paper, sino yung nangungutang? Anyone? Pag commercial paper, sino yung nangungutang? Okay, let's see. May nag-chat dito. Okay, sige. Mamaya na, Hans, ha? Okay, it's okay. Mamaya, we'll check your attendance mamaya. So, sino nangungutang, guys? Okay, thank you, Khalil. It's a private entities. Tayo, thank you. It's a company. It's a firm. No? It's a private entity. So, kunyari, si San Miguel, mangungutang for 180 days yung term, a certain amount. Mag-i-issue siya ng commercial paper. Okay? So, itong commercial paper na yan, na San Miguel, kunyari meron kang ganyan, no? Kunyari, you're a company also and you have a commercial paper from San Miguel Corporation, you can sell this in the money market. No? Pwede mo ibenta yung instrument na yun, yung security na yun. Okay? May answer dito si Benj. Bonds, ang bonds, Benj, ano siya? Long term, no? Long term ang bonds. Okay, so thank you for that question. And thank you for those guys who are answering. Thank you so much. Now, yung treasury naman, kanino galing yan? Pag sinabing treasury bills, sino yung nangungutang? Anyone? Pag treasury bills or treasury bonds, pag here we're talking about treasury bills, no? Kasi a treasury bill can be traded in the money market. No? Sino yung nangungutang pag treasury, pag treasury bill, guys, sino? Yes, thank you, Theo. It's the government, no? So si government ang nanghihiram, guys, kapag treasury bill. And you will often see a 30-day treasury bill, a 60-day, 90-day, 180-day, 360-day treasury bill. Ibig sabihin, the government is raising funds. Tapos within that time, 30 days lang, 60 days, 90 days, babayaran na niya. No? So it's a short-term borrowing. Okay, so sino mas risky, guys? Si CP, commercial paper, or si treasury bill? Which is a more risky instrument? What do you think? Mas risky si CP, no? Kasi pag treasury bill, the government will be more capable of paying, no? Paying the security, no? Yung inutang nila. Ang kaibahan guys, ang treasury bond, okay, ang treasury bond is more long term. It's long term. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. Meron nga tayong tinatawag na, hindi, iba naman pala to. Century bond naman, 100 years. And there were companies in the past that issued century bonds, like Disney, no? Nag-issue sila dati ng century bond. So payable to, may interest lagi, okay? Tapos payable in 100 years, yung principal. Okay, ang common stock guys, ang common stock, saang market to? Ang common stock is traded specifically in the stock market, but yung stock market, that's part of what we call the capital markets. Kapag capital markets guys, long term yun, no? Long term yung ano, so more than 1 year. Money markets, short term, 1 year lang. Okay, so itong foreign currencies, guys, hindi kasi nasa forex market yan, foreign exchange market. Consumer automobile loans is not part of the money market. Okay, so 9 of you got it. That's good. Okay, so next, so tingnan natin. So Theo still number 1, Kyla, 1, Roy, and Yvonne. Okay, so let's see. Jessica is the highest climber. Okay, 11 places. So next question, this is question number 5. Which of the following is an example of a capital market? Okay, so okay, good. So most of you got it. Sabi natin kanina, common stock, no? Capital market yan, capital market instrument. Common stock, preferred stock, bonds, no? Well, in a sense, kasi long-term siya, no? So, commercial paper, guys, sabi natin kanina, money market yan. It's traded in the money market. Treasury bill, also money market. Bankers' acceptance or bills of exchange, money market din yan. Ano yan? Ano yung instrument na bankers' acceptance? Well, think of it this way, no? Kunyari, nag-issue ako ng check, no? So, payable in, let's say, amount 1 million, tapos ang due date niya within 1 year. Okay, so, parang guarantee yon na it's a statement that I'm going to pay that amount at this particular date, no? So, ang banker's acceptance, ano din siya, parang ganun din. Pero, ang nag-i-issue nito yung bangko, no? Banker's acceptance. So, it's just like also a check in a sense. Tapos, to be paid by the bank. So, mas ano to, yung less risky kaysa, kunyari, mag-i-issue ako ng check, no? Kasi yung bangko na mismo yung nag-ano dito nagsasabi na babayaran nila to, yung amount na to. So that's what you call a banker's acceptance, or another name for that is a bills of exchange. And this is also traded in the money market, no? So kunyari meron akong banker's acceptance ni let's say ni BPI, no? And payable pa to ng December 31, 2021, amounting to let's say 10 million, no? So I can trade this in the money market. Pwede kong ibenta to. O ito, meron akong banker's acceptance ni BPI at 10 million. I can sell it to you at 9,990,000. Okay, so discounted siya kunyari at 10,000, no? So possibly may bibili ng mga yan kasi it's being sold at a discount. At saka anyway, yung ano naman yan, yung risk ng banker's acceptance is really very small, no? So it's also a highly traded instrument, no? Ang tawag natin sa mga ganyan, yung commercial paper, yung treasury bills, these are instruments. Okay? So 15 of you got it. Common stock na nasa capital markets yan. Okay, next. So ganun pa rin yung standing natin. Okay? Next question, question number 6. On a balance sheet, retained earnings are not unspent because Okay, the answer is, ang retained earnings, guys, okay, it's not unspent cash. By the way, guys, saan makikita yung retained earnings? Which financial statements will you find retained earnings? Anyone? Paki-chat, guys. Saan makikita to? Anong financial statement pakikita yan? Okay, thank you, Kai. It can be seen in the balance sheet, no? Hindi siya sa income statement, hindi siya sa statement of cash flows. Nasa balance sheet siya. Retained earnings. Nasaan siya? Assets, liabilities, or equity? Where do you find that? Assets, liabilities, or equity side? Okay, you can find that in the equity side, correct, no? So, kung sole proprietorship, di ba, sabi natin, kunyari, by loan, capital, sole proprietorship yon. So, kapag ano naman, partnership, two or more yung names nakalagay dun sa capital side. Pag corporation na, you don't find yung by loan capital. What you'll find is, for example, common stock, preferred stock, and itong retained earnings, makikita natin to, no? So, si retained earnings, guys, hindi yan unspent cash. Okay, ginagamit yung retained earnings to finance the firm's assets. Saan nanggagaling yung retained earnings? Nanggagaling yan sa profit, guys, sa net income. Yung net income, ang pwedeng gawin dyan, no? Okay, sandali nakalimutan kong i-on tong digital pen para I can write also at the same time. Okay. Sorry about this. Okay, sige, mag-insert na lang ako dito ng slide. Can you see the PowerPoint, guys? Kita ba?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, sabi natin, no? So let me write here. I'll write here in PowerPoint because I'm going to give you a copy of this so that yung mga discussions din natin nakasulat din dito. Okay. So, bakit wala pa yan? Okay. So, di ba, net income after tax, no? Net income after tax. Okay. Anong pwedeng gawin dito ng company? Okay. Pwede siyang i-flow back to the operations, ibabalik sa operations ng business, and that will be in the form of retained earnings. Yung pino-flow back to the operations of the business, pupunta siya sa retained earnings. Otherwise, it can be distributed as, anyone, guys? Answer, paki-unmute na lang. Ano pwedeng gawin dito sa net income after tax? No?
Dividends.
Yes, correct. No, it can be returned in a sense to the shareholders in the form of dividends. Okay, so dividends or retained earnings. Okay, so yun yung kanina, guys. So they have been used to finance the firm's assets. Okay, so 7 of you got it. Let's move on. Okay, so still Phoebe, highest climber, no? 5 places. Okay, so next, Theo is still in number 1. Next, the single most important accounting number on the income statement for managers and analysts. Okay, it's net income or net profit after tax. Okay, ito yung pinaka-importante, no? Hindi yung operating profit, hindi yung EBIT, earnings before interest and taxes, hindi yung earnings available for common shareholders, but it should be the net income. Yung tinanggal na yung operating expenses, tinanggal na yung financial charges, tinanggal na rin yung tax. So yung ang tawag dito, what's another name for this, guys? Yung layman's term, kung tawagin nila. They call this the okay, dividend kanina to, no? Anong tawag natin dito, guys? Di ba? Ang tawag dito, yung layman's term na tawag dito, the bottom line, no? Ano ba yung bottom line? So ito na yung neto, yung income after removing all expenses, operating expenses, financing charges, and even the tax. Yung bottom line, yan yung net income after tax. Okay, so 19 of you got it. Very good. So Cleo's still in the top place, and then we have Caris being the highest climber, 8 places. Okay, so next, number 8, EPS or earnings per share is calculated by dividing. Okay, so ito siguro hindi nyo pa na-meet to, no? Yung earnings per share. Pero tingnan nyo lang guys yung pangalan. This will be one of the measures that we're going to meet in our financial ratio analysis, no? Earnings, no? Earnings refers to net income after tax per share. Pag sinabing per share, i-divide natin ang number of shares outstanding. So ito yan, no? Earnings for common shares divided by the number of common shares outstanding. Okay, so 5 of you got it? Okay, so Teo's still on top, followed by Kyla, Ching, Williana, and Roy. Okay? Tapos sabi dito si Kai, highest climber, up by 7 places. Okay, next question, question number 9. We have 20 questions here. Nag-increase yung inventory, expecting sales to increase. Okay, okay, 5 of you got it? Ngayon, mali guys yung yung depreciation, no? Whether increase or decrease kasi inventory to eh, di ba? Asset to, hindi naman short-term asset to, current asset to, hindi naman siya fixed asset. So walang kinalaman yung depreciation dito. Now, inflow or outflow of cash. Nag-increase yung inventory, ano ibig sabihin nun? Bumili ng inventory. Okay? Expected sales to increase, hindi pa naman nabebenta, no? Expecting lang to. Okay, so the net effect is outflow of cash. Kasi nag-increase yung inventory, ibig sabihin bumili ng inventory, naglabas ng pera. So outflow of cash yan, not inflow of cash. So siguro kung nabenta na, okay, nabenta na tapos na-collect na, pwedeng net inflow of cash. Kasi syempre, mas magma-mark up ka pag ibenta mo. Alam nga naman na ang sales mo, ang selling price mo mas mababa pa sa cost of the inventory. Binili mo at 100 tapos ibebenta mo at 50 pesos, hindi naman yata logical yung gano'n, no? Kung nabenta na sana yung inventory mismo, the answer would have been an inflow of cash. Yung net effect niya, no? At least yung net effect. Okay. Next question. So 5 of you got it. Next. So Teo still number 1, Williane number 2, up to 1, number 5, no? Highest climber, si Juan. Si Hans, sorry pala, si Hans, no? Okay, next. Next question, question number 10. Arrange ito according to appearance in the balance sheet. Okay. A few of you got it, no? Okay, ito guys, di ba mga current assets to? How are assets arranged in the balance sheet? Hindi naman alphabetical, di ba? Hindi naman basta-basta. May form yon, may gap na sinusunod kung paano i-represent yung assets. Anyone? How are assets presented in the balance sheet? Ano yung principle na ginagamit? Okay, thank you Hans. It's liquidity. Okay, so it's arranged according to liquidity. Pag sinabing liquidity, yung pinakamadaling i-convert sa cash. So, syempre, ito cash na to eh. So, mauuna talaga yan. Okay? So, cash muna, tapos ang susunod, marketable securities. Kasi ang marketable securities, class, these are short-term investments. No? Kunyari, 1-month investment, treasury bill kunyari. No? Treasury bill. By the way, guys, nakalimutan ko sabihin kanina na iba yung treasury bill sa treasury bond. No? Ang treasury bond is traded sa capital market yon kasi more than 1 year yung term niya. No? So ang treasury bill, that's a marketable security. Commercial papers are also marketable securities kasi magjuju yan in less than 1 year. No? So easily converted into cash to. And then ang susunod, receivables. No? Tapos inventories, tapos saka na yung prepayments. Okay? So the answer is cash muna, marketable securities, receivables, inventories, and then prepayments. So 16, many of you answered this. C, cash, then receivables, tapos inventories, tapos so dito mali dito dapat yung marketable securities pangalawa yan sa pangalawa sa cash. Okay? So let's see. Okay, so humahabol si Shing, no? And then si Kyla, si Juliana, and then Juan. Okay? So next question, question number 11. Net working capital. Ano ba yung net working capital? Okay, the answer is, marami sa inyong nag-answer guys ng letter B. Kaso yung letter B guys is defined as total assets minus current liabilities. Mali itong total assets, no? Dapat current assets minus current liabilities. Kung current assets to minus current liabilities, tama yon, net working capital yon. However, since total assets ginamit dito, mali siya, no? It's not a measure of a firm's efficiency, no? Kasi yung efficiency niya, it's a measure of yung asset management ng company. Hindi rin solvency, yung ability of the firm to pay its obligations, no? It's actually a measure of the firm's overall liquidity. Okay, so yung net working capital, no? It's current assets minus current liabilities, or it's a measure of overall liquidity. So kung ano sana to, kung current assets, it would have been the more correct answer, no? Okay, so 4 of you got it. That's good. Next. Okay, so walang sabi dito si Martin, highest climber, up 5 places. Okay, next. Question number 12. The one fixed asset that is not depreciated is okay, so I'm happy because most of you got it. Not depreciated, syempre hindi cash. Fixed asset kasi, no? Fixed asset. Although syempre ang cash in a sense, well, technically hindi naman siya dinidepreciate, no? Pero ang tanong kasi sa atin, fixed asset. So cash, inventories are not fixed assets. Equipment is a fixed asset kaso hindi kaso dinidepreciate siya. Land is a fixed asset that is not depreciated. So 23 of you got it. That's correct, no? Next. Okay, so wala masyadong si Christian, I think pumasok dito. Si Phoebe, highest climber, up 3 places. Okay, still Theo, still number 1. Next. Question number 13. The blank flows result from debt and equity financing. Okay, so tama tayo, no? Tama tayo. Most of you got it. Yung any transaction involving changes in yung debt, yung liability, at saka equity, sa financing pumapasok yan. No? Kunyari, umutang ng long-term debt, no? Nag-increase yung utang, financing 'yon. Nag-issue ng common stock, financing 'yon. Yung operating kasi guys, changes in your current assets and your current liabilities, no? Okay? Kunyari, bumili ng inventory, operating activity 'yon. Ang investing naman are movements in your fixed assets, no? Bumili ng equipment, investing 'yon. Okay? Alright, so 14 of you got it. Kasi sabi ito, flows from debt and equity financing transactions. So that's financing. So next. Okay, tayo still number 1. Kyla number 2. Okay. Robert, highest climber up 6 places. Okay, next. Question number 14. Associated with the purchase of sale and sale of fixed assets and business interest. Okay, very good. So most of you got it. So kasi fixed assets to guys, hindi siya operating, no? Sabi natin yung pag-operating flows, operating activities, ito yung movement dun sa receivables, inventory, sa mga current assets natin and current liabilities, except mga interest-bearing na ano na kunyari notes receivable. Hindi operating 'yon, papasok sa financing 'yon kasi it involves interest, no? So fixed assets, so investing siya. Okay, most of you got it. Very good. So still, halos hindi nagbago yung top 5 natin, podium finishes. Benjamin making a comeback with 3 in a row. Okay, tatlong sunod-sunod daw si Benj. Okay, next question, question number 15. Expenses that appear on the income statement, pero wala namang cash outlay. Okay, so most of you got it. Tama, no? May mga expenses, guys, na hindi nag-i-involve ng cash. Karamihan ng mga expenses nag-i-involve ng cash kahit na ano yan, kahit na advance payment, no? O kahit na accrued yan, no? Sorry, kahit na accrued expenses yan, if we consider the whole operating period, kunyari 1 year, yung accrued expense, dun sa period na yan, binabayaran din naman siya. So may cash outlay din talaga siya, no? So ang wala lang cash outlay are of course yung mga non-cash charges, example of which is ano yung pinakakilalang example na non-cash charge siya. It's considered as expense pero wala naman talaga lumabas na cash. Anyone? Paki-unmute na lang.
Depreciation expense, sir.
Correct. Thank you. Who's this?
Kalil po.
Kalil, tama si Kalil. Kalil, thank you so much, no? Sabi ni Kalil, depreciation expense. That's correct. Depreciation expense is a non-cash expense. Okay? So, pag sinabing depreciation expense 100,000, and then usually ang credit niyan, ang kapartner niyan is accumulated depreciation, no? It does not mean na naglabas tayo ng 100,000. Okay? Wala tayong in-expense doon na 100,000 actually na naglabas ng cash. So that's an example of a non-cash charges. Okay, 23 of you got it. Next question. So still the same. Pareho pa rin yung ano. Crazy making a comeback with 3 in a row. Okay, next question. Question number 16. Gain or loss on the sale of equipment is recorded in the cash flow as so that's good. Most of you got it, no? Pag nag-acquire ng equipment, saan siya papasok? Sa investing. Pero pag binenta ng equipment, kunyari luma na binenta, tapos may gain or loss doon, yung gain or loss na yon hindi pupunta sa investing, doon siya pupunta sa operating. Okay? Okay. Pero yung binenta yung equipment mismo, doon siya pupunta sa investing. Okay? So, pero yung gain or loss, dun siya pupunta sa operating. Alright, so next. So, pareho pa rin yung positioning natin. Okay, 5 players have reached answer stick number 3. This is the 4 more questions, increasing payments. Okay, so increasing prepayments. First, ang prepayments, alam naman natin na, ano yung prepayments, guys? Prepaid rent. So we know that prepayments are advance payments to, no? Hindi pa natin na-expense, nabayaran na natin. Kunyari, prepaid rent, advance payment ng rent yan. Tapos, kino-convert yan once na-consume na yung prepaid rent, nagiging expense na siya. So pag nag-increase daw yung prepayments, ibig sabihin, nagbayad tayo in advance. And this is a current asset. Pupunta to sa operating expense, no? Sorry for the spelling, operating expense. And it's a use of cash. Kasi nag-increase yung prepayments, ibig sabihin, nagdagdag tayo ng bayad ng advance payment, no? So it's a use of cash. So almost 30% of you got it, no? Hindi siya financing, no? Okay? Hindi rin siya source of cash. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I think 3 more questions. 3 more questions. Question number 18. Issuance of preferred stock is? Okay. Okay, pag nag-issue guys ng preferred stock, saan ba marami sa inyo? Source of cash, investing. Oops, di ba ang preferred stock? Ang preferred stock guys, hindi investing yan ha. Yung company mismo nag-issue ng preferred stock, ibig sabihin, kumukuha siya ng mga bagong investors, no? Preferred investors. So, ano to? Source of cash siya. Tapos, dun siya papasok sa financing. Diba? Common stock, preferred stock, financing yan. So it's a source of cash and it's under financing, not under investing. Okay, so next. So pareho pa rin yung ano natin. John, highest climber, 3 places. So we have 2 more questions. Okay. All right, so most of you got it, no? 20 of you got it. So nagbenta ka ng Jollibee shares, 200, and you made it through a broker. Okay, this will be conducted through a stock exchange. Okay, sa Philippine Stock Exchange. Tapos ang mga brokers lang kasi pwede mag-transact doon, and that's what we call a secondary market. Okay, so by next week, pag-uusapan na natin yung mga iba't ibang klaseng market. So kanina na sabi natin na may money market, may capital market, meron ding secondary market at saka primary market. No? Tapos meron ding futures market. Okay, we'll be discussing this as we go along. Okay, last question. So si Teo pa rin number 1. Okay, Crazy, highest climber, 6 places. Okay, so guys, ito, ang gagawin natin, sabi natin, di ba, i-collect ko yung mga points nyo, kung ano yung tamang score nyo, tapos ipopost ko yan sa canvas natin para alam nyo kung ano yung mga bonus points nyo na. Tapos it will be cumulated up to the last activity natin. Tapos yung mga points na yan, i-convert into a bonus. No? Percentage bonus siya para mataas. So last question. so most of you got it? Very good. So yung mga number of new shares issued by a firm, doon natin makikita yan sa sa statement of changes in shareholders equity. Note guys, tinan yung spelling ng shareholders S apostrophe, no? So you cannot find it in the three other financial statements. You can only find it in the shareholders equity, changes in shareholders equity. Okay, so that completes our game. Okay, so podium finishes natin. Number 3, 10 out of 20 questions, Khalil. 12 out of 20 questions answered, Kyla. And 14 out of 20 questions, Leo. So congratulations. Okay. So, please keep on participating kasi sabi natin, ang gagawin natin dito, yung mga points nyo, natin i-calculate natin yan, tapos accumulate natin, then it will be converted into bonus points. Alright? So, sige. Good. Okay, so let's now go back to our lesson proper. Okay, so let me flash this PowerPoint. I'm going to give you a copy of this PowerPoint slides with the notes para may copy kayo nung naging notes natin. Okay, so what's this? Let's first take a look at our learning objectives for this module 1. Okay, so ang learning objectives natin, maintindihan natin yung role ng financial management or well, business finance in that sense, and then who are the individuals involved in regards to the finance function of a firm, of a business. Then we're also going to look at the different institutions, instruments, and markets. Okay, financial institutions, financial instruments, and financial markets. We're going to look at them individually. And then ito nga, titinan natin yung mga institutions in greater detail. Institutions and then instruments. And then we're going to take a look at the flow of funds, no? Sa market. Paano nangyayari yung flow of funds sa market? So this will be our main topics for module number 1. So ang estimate ko up to next week tayo nito, no? And then after next week, pupunta na tayo sa module number 2. Okay. I asked you a while ago, what is the main objective of any business enterprise? Now, you might think, ang number 1 answer kanina sa inyo is what we call profit maximization. Sabi niyo, ang main objective ng business is profit maximization. Another answer offered was cost minimization. Cost minimization. Okay, and then there was this another answer, yung is to maximize customer satisfaction. Okay. Now, iba yung answer natin dito, di ba? Am I saying that hindi profit maximization, cost minimization, and customer satisfaction are not important? Are we saying that they should not be objectives of the firm? No, we're not saying that. The question is, what's the main objective? No? Now, profit maximization is very important. Alam naman natin na kapag walang profit yung organization, hindi sustainable yun. Diba? Pag mag-dry up yung profitability of the organization kasi hindi na pinapatronize ng customers, well, the business will eventually fold up. Marami tayong classic case nito. I'm not sure if wala pa kayo siguro nun, yung phone manufacturer from Finland, no, Nokia. Number 1 dati yan, si Nokia. No? Dati pag sinabing cellphone, Nokia talaga, global dominance. I think almost 90%, more than 90% of the global market share. Malayong-malayo si Sony, si Ericsson, malayong-malayo. It was really Nokia. What happened? Nag-fold up ang Nokia for several reasons, but mostly it was not able to really innovate. No? Nagkaroon ng mga bagong technology na naging kampante sa Nokia, and wala na. It has been trying to make a comeback, but I think it's too late. No? It won't be able to with Apple, with Samsung, with Huawei, they're in the market. Mahihirapan na si Nokia. Parang suntok sa buwan na yung makakabawi sila. Okay, si cost minimization related din siya kay profit maximization. Or si customer satisfaction, di ba? Although all of these are very important, pero ang question natin, what is the main objective? So here we're saying that the main objective is maximize shareholder value. Okay? So let's first take a look at all of this, yung profit maximization, cost minimization, and even customer satisfaction, kasi related sila sa isa't isa. No? Tingnan muna natin yung customer satisfaction. Now, there are, we cannot deny the fact that customer satisfaction is very, very important. Without the customers, mawawala yung lifeblood ng organization. It will fail. There are several things that customers bring to the organization. Loyal customers, pag satisfied yung customers, they will bring in repeat business. No? Bibili at bibili yan. They will continue patronizing the product. Okay? Higher prices, hindi sila masyado magiging sensitive, price sensitive. Ibig sabihin, kunyari medyo nagtaas yung price, okay lang din, no? They will continue patronizing the product. Unlike yung mga hindi loyal na customers, konting taas lang guys, lilipat na yan. Kasi very price sensitive sila. Loyalty in crisis, you bet guys. When may mga companies no, na kapag medyo nahihirapan, even customers would continue supporting them. Not to mention may free advertising may free advertising guys ang loyal customers. Ito yung WOM na tinatawag natin, word of mouth. No? Word of mouth. Murang advertising guys. Uy, alam mo ba na si gantong company nagbigay ng ganyang at saka ang ganda ng service sila. Lalo na ngayon in this age of social media, i-flash mo lang yan sa Facebook, sa Messenger, ang dami na makakaalam, no? And it can either go positively or negatively. Recently, siguro nabalitaan niyo yung kay Jollibee, yung chicken tuwalya, no? Sabi nga nila sa Jollibee, may chicken joy ka na, may tuwalya ka pa, no? Diba? So, it can go either way, yung word of mouth na yan, no? Napaka-powerful ng social media, guys. Tapos, ito, pwede rin tayo mag one-stop shopping. Ito yung tinatawag natin cross-selling. Cross-sell. What's cross-selling? Ibig sabihin, if a particular individual is a loyal customer, you can sell the other products that the company is selling to that customer. Pwede ka mag-cross-selling, no? Pwede, hindi lang isang product na binibili niya, pwede mo i-introduce yung ibang products na ginagawa ng company. Pag loyal yan, pag satisfied yan, there's an easy chance for the company to engage in cross-selling. Tapos pati pag mga bagong products, andiyan yan, no? Compare that to other companies na walang customer satisfaction, walang loyalty yon. Okay? So I hope clear yan, guys. We can come up with several examples. Can you think of a company, guys, na very apparent, very clear yung customer satisfaction and loyalty ng mga customers? Anyone, please? Magbigay tayo ng isang example para hindi lang to theoretical. Can anyone share? Can you think of a company na grabe yung customer satisfaction, yung loyalty ng mga customers sila? Yes, tingnan natin may nag-answer. Apple, yes, okay. So, ang nag-answer muna si Ram. Ram, would you like to share kung bakit? Why do you think Apple is able to corner or to generate customer satisfaction? Would you like to share, Ram?
Sir,
Yes.
I feel like Apple po kasi every year whenever they release new phones, it seems like their customers continue to support Apple instead of like shifting to Samsung.
Yes, oo. May mga ganun talaga, no? Na forever Apple na yan. Kaya pag may mga bagong labas na model, talagang mauuna yan sa linya. And you hear of in the US pag i-offer na yung bagong bagong product nila, the queue can be as long as kilometers, no? Ganun ka loyal, no? Ganun ka loyal. That's true. So, si Juliet, you also said Apple. Can you also elaborate that? Juliet, would you like to?
Hello, sir.
Oo.
Same with Rain's answer. People keep on buying iPhones or iPads even if Samsung phones are cheaper.
Yeah. Although hindi na rin cheap yung Samsung ngayon, no? Mahal na rin. Huawei din. Pero tama si no, si Juliet, no? At saka kahit na mag-increase yung prices, no? Andun pa rin sila kasi hindi sila ganun ka price sensitive. Kasi napaka-loyal na nila eh, no? And that's true, no? That's true. Tapos sabi ni Karil, okay, ito si interesting to Karil. Could you kindly explain suki sa palengke? Paano kaya yan?
Sir, pag sa palengke po, pag satisfied po yung mga customers nyo, magiging suki nyo po sila. And yung mga stores po na maraming suki, mas sure po sila na constant yung income na ma-receive nila. And mas maganda po yung negosyo pag maraming suki.
Correct, no? Ano ba yung English ng suki?
Patron po.
Patron or satisfied customers, di ba?
Po.
Customers, satisfied customers yan or loyal customers. Yun ang equivalent ng ng suki eh. You're correct, no? May mga suki tayong tinatawag sa Pilipino. And ang rough translation ng suki is these are satisfied customers. Okay? These are loyal customers. Kahit sa palengke, I do marketing also, no? Namamalengke din ako. Pero usually yung ang namamalengke sa amin, for example, yung nephew ko, may mga suki lagi yan. And pag suki kasi, usually automatic na yung discount dyan eh. Kunyari, bibili ng isang item, kunyari, 30 pesos per kilo. No? So, pag suki ka, matic na yun kung tawagin nila. Sige sir, 25 na lang. Para sa inyo kasi suki naman kayo eh. Diba? So, it's a win-win situation, di ba? You bring in business to the company, and the company, as a token of appreciation, nagbibigay din ng discount. Although, of course, alam naman natin na this cannot be true in all cases. Kunyari sa Apple, kasi standard yung mga prices na yun. Hindi naman pwede yung mga distribution outlets magbabawas ng price ng although, pwedeng promotion, it can be offered as a package of the service. Kunyari, Global Smart, magbibigay sila ng free phone if you take the line, no? If you take the line. So, parang ganon. Tapos may isa pang answer dito. Ito, brand naman to, no? Sino yung nagsandali, ha? Nakita ko yung Chanel, eh. Let me just acknowledge the answer of, okay, si Janelle, no? Janelle, could you elaborate yung luxury brand na to?
Yeah. Sir?
Yes, oo.
Kasi usually, ang mga luxury brands, they have quarterly price increases. This you can see na madami pa rin mga customers na bumibili. And you can see them like talagang pinapakita nila and like alam mo yun, it's on social media and stuff.
Alam natin yan, di ba? Yung maraming mga na papakita yung bag, basta may LV yan, di ba? Or Gucci, ng mga brands naman, di ba? Many Filipinos are so brand conscious. Tapos, thank you, Janela, no? Tama yan, no? So, yung mga brands na to, they also take on a following. Sa atin, hindi pa nga masyado, although may market talaga dito sa Philippines. But in really quote-unquote rich countries, kunyari, Singapore, Japan, apparent yung brand talaga, makikita mo na yung mga tao talagang when they carry themselves, talagang they take pride in carrying that brand, no? Parang si Starbucks, no? Si Christian, would you like to say something about Starbucks?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Oh.
Can I be heard po ba?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you, Christian.
I have several reasons why I think Starbucks has great customer satisfaction, and number one would be its image po or its brand is already established in the Philippines na po.
Yeah.
It has already good reviews even before. Like when you hear the word Starbucks, it's so nice, parang ganun. And also, I think the interior design of the Starbucks as well as the ambience inside in it, it's very strategic po na for those who wants to study, etc. And lastly po, I think it is one of the most important. Starbucks is also engaging on fair trade coffee. As a customer, po, knowing that the Starbucks is engaging on this kind of setup, which helps small farmers make their farming land sustainable, is kind of satisfying na I'm able to be satisfied by my product as also helping the other communities.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Christian. Wow, well said. I appreciate that. Nabanggit ni Christian yung fair trade, no? It would be good, guys, for us to be knowledgeable about what fair trade is. And also, as consumers, yung consumer activism natin, i-patronize natin yung mga companies na engage in fair trade. Okay, so may mga ano tayo dito, yung si Bose Coffee. I'm not sure if you know Bose Coffee. I think sinusuporta nila yung mga coffee growers sa Batangas. So maganda guys, i-research natin. Tapos kung coffee drinker ka, kung coffee lover ka, maybe also patronize kasi although Starbucks is a very good brand, kaso Seattle-based siya, no? May mga local ano din naman tayo, may mga local brands din na maganda din naman yung service, masarap din yung coffee, tapos sinusuportan pa yung local farmers. Maganda ano yan, yung social responsibility natin. Kaya dati guys, when I was still working, there was a time na nag-work ako sa Makati. Natatawa nga ako kasi dati nung bagong-bagong ano yung Starbucks. So magda-lunch kami, pupunta kami sa Starbucks, bibili kami ng coffee. And then we would sip it there. Pag natapos na namin inumin, no? Once we're done, yung empty coffee ang tawag doon. Hindi naman glass basta yung empty coffee container, no? Dadalhin namin, no? Dala-dala lang namin yan. Tapos aakyat kami sa elevator, dala-dala namin yung for what? For impression, kasi makikita ng iba, ay Starbucks sila. Nag-arrive na yan. Although nakakatawa nga kahit kape lang yan, tapos yung yung status, yung word na yan, status, as mentioned by Christian, yung brand itself. Next meeting, guys, may ipapakita ako sa inyo yung importance ng brand, no? We will but I would like you to research on that. Hanapin yung interbrand, ha? Yung interbrand. It's a very important concept for us to discuss. I-discuss natin next meeting yun kasi wala na tayong time ngayon, no? Interbrand, titingnan natin next meeting. Alright, so last na example na to, Roy, what about SM? What about SM as a brand?
So ay mga malls po nila. So ano po, yung SM po na malls, yung
okay.
The reason po na na they have good customer satisfaction is kasi po they have many stores that syempre it's a mall, they have many stores that cater to kids and adults alike, families, groups of friends. So sir, if we're following logic po and context clues, we can conclude po that the customers are satisfied kasi even up to now, we can assume that there are still many people going to SM up to now. So if they weren't satisfied,
hindi pupunta.
We wouldn't be expecting many of them to be in its malls right now. Ayun po yung
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, no? Thank you so much. So SM as a brand, no, may at saka kasi pag wala naman ding option na iba, 'di ba? Sino pa nagbibigay ng ganyan mga super malls na malalaking where you're given convenience, no? So walang makakamatch kay SM sa ganyang klaseng service. Of course, although Ayala, no, pwede ring masabi natin na competitor niya, no? Tapos pwede natin sabihin na medyo ibang market ang in a sense, may difference kahit paano sa marketing nila, no? Okay, so let's continue, guys. So I already mentioned this a while ago. Loyal customers, satisfied customers provide the company with repurchasing. Ang ibig sabihin ng repurchasing, they will come back. No? Babalik at babalik yan. Ito yung binanggit ko kanina, cross-selling. You can offer other products that's being provided by the company. Reduces price sensitivity. Pag tumataas yung price, andyan pa rin sila. No? Ito yung isang importante dito, yung word of mouth. Free advertising yan. Okay? So that's the importance of customer satisfaction. However, guys, that should be not be the main objective of any business organization. The main objective should be shareholder value maximization, stock price maximization. And there are several reasons. We won't be really delving into the deep reasons. Pero suffice it to say, there are some basic reasons kung bakit ganito yung yun ang dapat na main objective, yung shareholder value maximization. One important consideration is that when the main objective is profit maximization, may implication yan sa planning, sa duration ng planning. Kasi pag sinasabing profit maximization, the main goal is to immediately improve the bottom line, no? Yung profit. Kaya how do you do that? So there's a tendency to cut back on discretionary expenditures. Ang ibig sabihin discretionary expenditures, baka pwedeng hindi mo na igastusin. Okay? Siyempre, kunyari, pag manufacturing tayo, yung raw materials, yung mga supplies, hindi discretionary yan. Okay? Ano yung mga discretionary? Okay, number one, usually yung natatanggal, training. Okay? Training, investment dun sa mga tao. Pag profit maximization lang yung focus talaga, ay, wag na tayo muna mag-training kasi gastos lang yan. Gusto natin, yung bottom line natin for this year, magtatapos na yung 2021, magkakaroon tayo ng shareholders meeting, gusto natin talagang maitaas talaga yung bottom line natin, yung net income after tax. How do you do that? Either increase sales or cut down on costs. Okay? Especially discretionary expenditures. As I mentioned a while ago, an example of that is training investments. Ito usually yan yung natatanggal. Not knowing that merong mga implications yan. Pag nag-invest kayo sa tao, true, tataas yung expenses kasi expense yan eh. However, ang benefit nun guys would most probably be felt maybe not this year but in the years to come. Pag kinat back mo yan guys, you technically cut back this potential growth for the company because of the training of the staff. Case in point, guys. Maraming companies, guys, nag-hemorrhage ng customers. Bakit? Front desk nila, no? Front desk. Tagasagot ng phone. Hindi naman train. Hindi alam kung paano mag-answer ng customer complaints. So, nag-complain yung customer. Minura-mura yung individual. Minura yung company. Abay, si individual, ba't mo kamumura? Minura din. Maraming case na ganyan. Bakit? Ba't ganun? Kasi, cardinal rule guys sa customer service, pag train yung mga kunyari mga front service, ang training talaga niyan, ang matinding training niyan, do not take things personally. Pag minura ka, let it slide off. In fact, answer in such a way that ma-assuage yung galit ng customer. Know where the customer is coming from. Kahit na sabihin natin unreasonable na yung mga niya, yung mga demands niya. Yung mga good, magagaling na frontliner guys sa mga companies, they really spent training those individuals. Talagang pinag-i-invest nila yan, guys. And that's what happens, guys, when the focus is really on long term, no? Kasi ang focus sila is really wealth maximization. It's really increasing stock price, it's really increasing shareholder value. If we go into this very myopic, this limited focus of profit maximization, the professional management will likely, so that they will look good before the board, before the shareholders, they might be tempted to cut back on discretionary expenses. An example niyan, advertising, research, no? Wag ka mag-research, sabi ng manager. Ba't ma magre-research? Eh, gastos lang yan. Yung mga common statements sa ganyan. Maintenance ng equipment. Naku, marami tayong cases na ganyan na just to make it appear as if mataas yung profit. Kasi nga, yun ang naging yung naging marching orders ng CEO. Basta mapataas natin yung bottom line natin. Come what may. Diba? Come what may. Basta mapataas. Yun ang problema natin. All of these things, yung mga discretionary expenses na to, no? So nawala ang aking digital pen. Okay, ito. Whether it's research or training, ito napaka-importante nito, no? Training. It's considered as investment. Unlike kapag profit maximization, most probably it's considered as expenditures. Malaking malaking difference, guys, eh. Kung ang focus investment versus expenditure. Di ba sabi natin pag sinabing investment, we forgo the benefits of today to have better results or bigger results in the future. Okay, so that's the problem with profit maximization in terms of planning duration. Also, risk management ito. Baka hanggang dito lang tayo matapos kasi gusto kong talagang i-discuss to. No? Any organization, guys, natin. So if this is a firm, I think I better, so keep natin. I think I better insert a slide here. Okay. Sabi natin, guys, kapag profit maximization, okay, we treat ito. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng hedging? No? Asan yung ano? The operative word here, guys, is hedge. No? Hedge. So we're talking about risk. A firm, guys, will be exposed to risk. The role of finance is to mitigate against that. Mitigate against the risk. Yan. Risk mitigation. Okay? We cannot totally eliminate risk. Kasi a firm will always be subjected to different types of risk. Meron tayong business risk. Okay? Meron tayong market risk. The risk that the market will not patronize the product. May economic risk tayo. The risk that macroeconomic factors, inflation, etc., will affect the performance of the firm. Marami pa, mga forex risk, no? Foreign exchange risk. If a company is importing, okay, there's several types of risks, guys. Interest rate risk, okay? Ang dami niyan, ang daming risk that a firm is exposed to. Kapag profit maximization ka, you might be tempted not to hedge against that risk. Kasi any hedge against risk will also involve loss of reduction in profit. No? So tingnan natin. Magbibigay ako ng isang example. Okay, for example, you're a firm that makes use of oil. Oil ang ano natin, oil ang raw material. No? Tingnan lang natin sandali yung ano. Let me see. Ano ba na ba yung okay, oil price ngayon? Tininan ko. Magkano na siya per barrel? Okay, oil prices. Let's use the Brent, no? So sabihin natin Brent crude $75 per barrel. Okay, so yun ang gamitin natin, no? Okay, so a company uses oil, no, as its main raw material. So, okay. Okay, so this is your barrel of oil, kunyari, no? And it costs now $75. So, ang kailangan natin, guys, kailangan natin on December, today is July 1, no? July 1 ngayon. Tapos, ang projection natin by December 31, mauubos na yun natin inventory. And we'll be needing 1 million barrels. 1 million barrels of oil. Okay. So, what do we do? What do we do, guys? Kasi alam naman natin na yung price, ang oil prices, guys, napaka-volatile yan. Kung imamap siguro natin yung ano, yung price niya. This is not accurate, ano, pero It's trending up, pataas talaga. Pero may mga times na talagang grabe yung fluctuation ng oil price. Okay, so if you're the finance manager, if you're the CFO of that company, anong pwede natin gawin? Let's say wala tayong ginawa. And then on December 31, bumili tayo sa spot market. Pag sinabing spot market, on the spot mo binibili. No? Spot market. Tapos yung price ng oil, sabihin natin just to exaggerate the example, ang price ng oil on December 31, sabihin natin naging naging sorry. I'm just adjusting my pad. Naging $200 siya. So, what can you say, guys? Sorry for this expression, pero patay tayo dyan, di ba? If you're the CFO, maybe you should prepare your resignation letter. Kasi you just lost the company $125 per barrel. 1 million barrels ang kailangan mo. Bakit hindi mo hinanda yung company for that? Alam mo naman na very volatile yung price, no? What could have been done? Dito papasok guys yung sa futures, sa derivatives, no? The company could have engaged in derivatives. Okay, a derivative, guys, is a financial asset whose value is determined by the underlying asset. Okay, so don't worry about the definition muna, no? Okay, may mga examples ng derivatives, kunyari, meron tayong forwards, meron tayong futures. I suggest, guys, I strongly encourage you to look at this. Tingnan nyo, i-research lang kung ano ba itong mga to. Swaps. Okay, these are the 4 basic types of derivatives options. No? May mga combination pa yan. Para ito lang titingnan natin, forwards, futures, swaps, options. Kasi pwede sana tayo pumunta sa derivatives market tapos bumili tayo ng futures. Okay, ano yung futures? A future is a contract where you buy oil. Okay, kunyari, sa futures market ngayon, ang price ng oil, pag bibili ka ng oil, pwede kunyari $78 to be delivered, let's say 6 months from now, delivered to delivery date December 31, no? Okay, delivery date December 31, may nag-chat ba? Okay, thank you Roy for this question. Bad thing for us kasi inventory natin to no? We use oil as a hindi tayong seller ng oil. Ginagamit natin yung oil as a raw material for our product, no? So kung naging $200 yan, maraming implications sa atin yan, no? Tataas yung cost ng product natin. Paano kung hindi nabili ng customer kasi lalo na kung kunyari hindi necessity yung product na yan. Example lang we're just exaggerating the example. So this will be bad for us kasi high price ng commodity na ginagamit natin for our production. If for the seller, siguro, well, it could mean better profit for us kasi tumaas yung tumaas yung price. Pero if we're the consumer of oil for our finished product, masamang balita ito. No? Roy, did that answer your question? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for asking that para mas na-clarify, no? Okay, so ano sana ginawa ng quickly lang guys kasi magta-time na tayo, no? Pwede pumunta sa derivatives market yung finance manager. Tapos nakipagkontrata siya, okay, we will buy 1 million barrels of oil at $78 to be delivered on December 31. Kaya siya ang tawag sa kanya futures kasi future delivery pa. So that way, na-hedge yung company. Okay? So they'll be able to buy this at $78, no? So fast forward December 31. Spot price ng oil per barrel 200. Okay. Result guys, hero ka as the finance manager. You deserve a bonus. Kasi you were able to shield the company from the fluctuation, the volatility of the price of oil. On December 31, 200 na siya. Pero since nag-futures ka, mabibili natin, may delivery sa December 31, 1 million barrels, $78. Di ba? Ang laking savings nun for the company. Okay, good or bad guys? Pakichat nga. Good or bad? Was that a good hedging, guys? Yan. Thank you, thank you. Yan. That's good kasi ibig sabihin guys, naiintindihan nyo. I'm happy that you're understanding the illustration. That's good. Thank you so much. Okay. Pero guys, pwede kang maging villain guys. Fast forward December 31. Okay. Sandali. Fast forward December 31. Panaginip lang pala yung 200. Actually, nagkaroon pala ng supply glut, tapos ang price pala $15 per barrel. So ano ka, hero or villain? Eh di ba villain ka? So di ba delikado ding futures market guys kasi hindi talaga natin alam, no? Kaya nga another way to do that is an option. Ito ngayon yung option na to. Kaya ang option guys is also a transaction where what you're buying is not the oil itself, but the option to buy. Okay? Take note of the difference. Ang futures, ang binibili natin yung commodity. Yung option, ang binibili natin yung option to buy. So instead of futures, nag-engage ako, I bought an option. So ang babayaran ko dito yung option, yung premium, no? So si option, I'm going to buy an option to buy oil, $78 per barrel on December 31. Fast forward December 31. Spot price ng oil, 200. Ano gagawin ko? I will exercise the option. Gagamitin ko yung option na to. Okay? But fast forward, ang spot price ng oil, $15. I will not exercise the option. Okay? Nagka-loss ba tayo? Yes. Ang loss lang natin, yung option price lang, which is a lot cheaper than buying the oil itself. Okay? That way, na-shield pa rin yung company. Pero hindi malaki yung option price lang, konti lang yun. No? Okay, so you see guys, okay, it's already time. Sayang, ang dami pa sana. Pero itutuloy natin to next meeting. Okay, so I hope you learned something. So, natapos tayo dito sa risk management. We'll continue our discussion of this. Did you learn something today, guys? Natuto ba tayo? Yes, good. Thank you. Isa lang ba? Si Hans lang? Ayan, salamat salamat. Okay, I appreciate guys your feedback. Okay, so anong time na ba sa inyo? Actually, nalilito na ako sa time clock ko dito sa PC. What time is it guys sa inyo? 9 na pala. Okay. Dapat ma-adjust ko tong time clock ko sa PC. All right, so with that guys, thank you so much. I'll stop recording. I'll post this recording